What you're seeing right now is hard to believe. Cars, dozens of them, being tossed through city streets like paper boats, sedans and SUVs piling up against bridges, slamming into buildings, swallowed by muddy brown water. This is Duyun City in southwestern China in the early hours of May 19, 2026, and by the time the sun rose, parts of this city were no longer recognizable. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're covering a major disaster unfolding across southern and central China, where torrential rain has triggered deadly flooding across at least 8 provinces. The hardest hit images are coming out of Duyun, a city in Guizhou Province, where the Jianjiang River burst its banks and sent floodwaters tearing through urban neighborhoods. Let's walk through what we know. The rain began intensifying on the evening of May 18th. A massive, slow-moving weather system stalled over southern China, dumping rainfall at staggering rates. At one monitoring station near Duyun, Dupengshan, more than 310 millimeters of rain fell in just 24 hours. To put that into perspective, that's roughly a month's worth of rainfall in a single day. In some areas, rainfall peaked at nearly 77 millimeters in just 1 hour. By around 5 a.m. local time, officials in Duyun activated a Level 2 emergency response. Within the next hour, the Jianjiang River had overflowed. Flood peak hit around 6 a.m., and the footage that emerged shortly after spread across social media within minutes. Viral videos on Weibo and X show powerful muddy currents racing down city streets, dragging vehicles along with terrifying force. Cars were piled against bridges. Some were wedged into the sides of buildings. Riverside high-rises stood surrounded by water, with shop owners reportedly fleeing upstairs, some families climbing as high as the 3rd floor to escape the rising flood. One social media user wrote simply, "Mother Nature is showing her power." Another posted, "Thoughts with everyone affected." The footage struck a nerve across China, and now across the world. Just outside Duyun, in neighboring Guizhou County, the situation was even more severe. Officials activated a Level 1 emergency, the highest tier, after the local river rose roughly 1 meter every 30 minutes. Buildings there were flooded up to the 2nd floor. So far, 4 people have been confirmed dead in Guizhou, with 5 others still missing. Across Guizhou Province, 4 deaths have been confirmed from the rainfall and flooding. Nationally, the toll has climbed to at least 18 people across the affected regions, according to reporting from CCTV and Reuters. In a separate but related incident in Guangxi Province, a pickup truck carrying 15 farm workers plunged into a flooded river. Early reports indicate between 4 and 8 people have died. 6 remain missing, and 5 were rescued. For Duyun City itself, exact casualty numbers have not yet been confirmed, but the damage is visible everywhere. Roads turned into rivers, vehicles destroyed, power and transport disrupted, and emergency teams working through landslide and flash flood risks across the region. So why was the flooding this extreme? Meteorologists point to a rare combination of factors. Moisture converged from 3 directions at once: the Bay of Bengal, the South China Sea, and the Pacific Ocean, feeding a stalled low-pressure system. That moisture had nowhere to go, so it kept falling again and again over the same region. Guizhou's geography made things worse. This is karst country. Steep mountains, rocky terrain, and very little natural ground storage. Rain doesn't soak in here, it races downhill. That's exactly why Guizhou's river rose a full meter every half hour. It's also why urban drainage systems in Duyun were quickly overwhelmed. China's National Meteorological Center had issued orange and yellow alerts ahead of the event, warning of landslides, flash floods, and urban waterlogging. The State Flood Control and Drought Relief Headquarters has activated a Level 4 emergency response across multiple provinces and allocated 150 million yuan, about $22 million for disaster relief. Schools, businesses, and transport networks have been suspended across the worst-hit areas, and residents in parts of Hubei, Hunan, and Guizhou have been relocated. As of this evening, floodwaters in Duyun are beginning to recede in some neighborhoods, but the danger isn't over. Forecasters warn that the heavy rain band is shifting eastward, with the middle and lower Yangtze River regions expected to take the brunt over the next 2 days. This is also being called the first major prolonged rainstorm event of China's 2026 flood season, a season authorities had already warned could be severe. For now, search and rescue efforts continue. Families are waiting for news. Communities are beginning the long process of cleaning up and counting the cost. If this story moved you, please keep the people of Duyun, Guizhou, and the wider region in your thoughts. We'll bring you updates as the situation develops. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.